Hi, it's Ernest Berghof, broker and CEO at Berghof Realty, and today we're going to talk about the exciting world of seller disclosures. Seller disclosures. Now remember, these forms protect you, the seller, so you want to make sure that you're disclosing everything you know about the property. Now the standard that we use is any known material facts that impact the value or desirability of the property. So a couple points to remember there. Number one, you have to know something. So this is not something you speculate, and it's also not something that you need to research, but if you know it, you want to disclose it. Number two, anytime you ask yourself, I wonder if I should disclose that, the answer is almost always yes. If it's something you think that a buyer should know or would want to know, then by all means disclose that, and the forms really help you walk through it. Now we're using a software program to help fill out the forms and make sure that they're complete. This software program I think is fantastic. It walks you through everything one step at a time. It uses real world examples and a lot of information inside there. So please go through the software program, look at everything, read all of the instructions, and it'll make this much, much easier. I also want you to know that as you go through this process and you're filling out the forms through the software, there will be opportunities for you to say, hey, I'm not sure what they actually mean by this, in which case you can click a button that just allows you to put a note in. We review all of these before they get done anyways, so anything you have a question on, just go ahead and make a note. We'll get back with you and answer any specific questions you have on it. There are just a couple of things though that I do want to point out before you get started. This trips up everybody, so I want you to be aware of them. Number one, you're going to run into a question, are you occupying the property? So this always gets everyone, especially if you've just moved out into your new house while we put your home on the market. The rule of thumb here is if you were the last people to live there, then yes, you answer that as occupied. In other words, if you've moved out only just a couple weeks ago, that's fine. For these purposes, you still currently occupy the property. The other question you're going to get is, does your property share any borders or any items with your neighbors? And the answer to this question is yes. Your perimeter fences. So when you get to that question, remember the answer is yes, you do have things in common with your other neighbors, and those are perimeter fences. The other thing that trips people up is there's a question about CCRs. Does your property have any? The answer on that one is invariably yes. Almost every property comes with a CCR unless you're in a country property. So if you're in any kind of a city property, it does have CCRs, and the explanation for that you'll write is included in the title report. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Go through. If you have any questions, we're always here to answer them. And remember, you can always leave notes as well, and we'll make sure that you're fully protected as you fill out your seller disclosures.